Once upon a time, in the land of Delta State, Nigeria, where the great rivers kiss the earth and the forests whispered ancient secrets, there was a village called Omiela. The people of Omiela were blessed beyond measure rich lands, strong warriors, and women whose wombs bore many children. Their secret: Mami Wata, the river goddess. She was as beautiful as she was terrible. Her hair flowed like dark waves. Her skin shimmered like fish scales in the moonlight, and her eyes were pools of endless depths. She gave freely to the people of Omiela, and in return they worshipped her with gold, music, and blood. Every year the village would gather at the river's edge, their voices rising in chants. The chief Azimba would step forward with offerings, livestock, baskets of yams, and sometimes a child. The chosen child was placed in a small wooden boat, sent drifting down the river under the light of the full moon. By dawn, the boat would be gone. The village would rejoice, for another year of prosperity had been secured, or so they thought. Years passed, and the village thrived, but something was wrong. The land, once lush and fertile, began to dry. The rains became scarce. Women who once carried many children now lost them before birth. Warriors, once invincible, began to fall in battle. Still, the people clung to Mami Wata. "She is testing us," Chief Azimba said. "We must give her more." And so they offered more. They cast more gold into the water. They sent 2 children instead of 1. The warriors bowed deeper, singing her praises louder. But the river remained silent. Yet at night the villagers heard whispers, soft, mournful voices rising from the depths of the river. When they slept, they dreamed of chains, and in those chains they saw their ancestors. Among the villagers was a young woman named Kaya. Unlike the others, Kaya did not bow. She had lost her mother to the river. She had lost her little brother to its depths. And in her heart she knew this was not a test. This was a curse. One night, Kaya crept to the river's edge. The full moon cast silver light on the water, and for the first time she saw what no one else had seen. Beneath the surface, thousands of hands reached upward, trapped souls, bound in golden chains, their eyes pleading for release. Kaya gasped, stumbling backward. But the river rippled, and Mami Wata rose from its depths. "You see now," the goddess whispered, her voice like waves crashing upon the shore. "They are mine." Kaya's heart pounded. "You lied to us. You take, but you never give." Mami Wata only smiled. "I gave you power. I gave you wealth. And in return, you belong to me." Kaya ran. She had to warn the others. Kaya reached the village, breathless, shouting for the people to wake up. The river does not give, it takes. Our ancestors are trapped beneath the water. We must turn away from her. But the people feared her words.
Chief Azimba stepped forward. "Blasphemy," he hissed. "The river has sustained us for generations. Without Mami Wata, we will have nothing. We already have nothing." Kaya cried. "No rain, no harvest, no children. Can't you see? We are already dead inside." The villagers trembled, unsure. But then the ground shook. The river churned violently. And then a voice unseen but mighty spoke from the heavens. "You have called upon me, and I have always been here." The sky darkened. The first raindrop in years touched the earth. Kaya lifted her face. The Almighty One had answered. But Mami Wata was furious. The river rose in a great wave, towering over the village. "You will not leave me," she roared. Kaya stood at the front, gripping a spear blessed by the unseen God. She would not kneel. As the wave crashed forward, Kaya struck the ground and the heavens opened. Rain poured down in golden torrents. The river began to recede. The souls beneath the water broke free. Their chains dissolving, Mami Wata screamed. Her form flickered, her beauty twisted into something monstrous. Without the souls to sustain her, she began to wither. The villagers, now seeing the truth, turned their backs on the river. And in that moment, Mami Wata fell. Her waters shrank to a mere stream. The rain washed over the land, reviving the crops, restoring life. For the first time in generations, the people of Omi Isla were truly free. When the storm cleared, the village stood reborn. The river, once their master, was now nothing more than water. Chief Azimba, humbled, turned to Kaya. "We were blind." Kaya smiled, her heart light for the first time. "We were deceived, but the one who restores never left us." The villagers knelt not before the river, but before the sky, giving thanks to the Almighty One, whose gifts required no chains. And from that day forward, the people of Omi Isla never worshipped the river again. Instead, they drank freely from the rain. The end. Moral of the story: not all gods are givers. Some take without end. But the one who restores asks only for faith. Thanks for watching at Tales by Nene. Kindly like, comment, and subscribe, then share.